and this is coming from Variety. We've been talking about Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow for a lot. When they announced it, and then Millie Alcock got cast as the actress after a bunch of different actresses was fighting for it. We already knew who the writer is, but now we have a director, and that's Craig Gillespie. Hopefully, I'm saying his name right. I think I'm saying Gillespie right. I think it is. Tanya, director, is in talks to direct the upcoming Supergirl film at Warner Brothers and DC Studios. So this is not 100% concrete, but he's in the talks of doing it. So the film title Supergirl Wins Tomorrow is based on a DC Comics run of the same name by Tom King and Baluk Helvey. It's set to shoot later this year after James Gunn's Superman wraps filming. House of Dragon breakout Millie Alcock will star in the role. Alcock won the role after an extensive casting process during which Gunn and co-CEO Peter Safran flew multiple actors, including Meg Donnelly, to Atlanta for on-screen auditions. They probably had to audition with David Cornsweet, most likely. Millie was the first person I brought up to Peter Safran, and yeah, this is the stuff we heard about. This is the first person he thought about, and she's the one to get it. He said Gunn previously teased that the new take on the superhero will be much more hardcore than the previous versions. Obviously, we've gotten the movie back in the 90s, I think that movie, or even before that. I think that Supergirl movie came out very fluffy and everything like that, very similar to Christopher Reeves. And then we got the Supergirl show, which is a little bit more, it was a fluffy version of Supergirl as well. Supergirl is known in the comics to be a little bit more gritty and hardcore than Clark Kent Superman is. So that makes sense. And this particular comic, which I need to go buy, is known to be a little bit more like that. In this iteration, Supergirl travels across the galaxy to celebrate her 21st birthday with Krypto the Superdog. Along the way, she meets a young woman named Ruthie and winds up on a murderous quest for revenge. Murderous! Because that is a big difference between Clark Kent and Kara Zor-El. Clark will not kill because of his growing up on Earth and everything he was taught by his parents. Supergirl, she's Kryptonian. They have no problems killing. She was there as like most for her teen years. She's gonna be 21, so that's not out of her. So I like that. We there's always been like, why do we need a Supergirl and Superman? Supergirl is very different from Superman, and I like the idea of Krypto being specifically with her. Gillespie directing and credit include Cruella, The Finest Hours, Lars and the Real Girl, Dumb Money he did last year. Obviously, they also did I, Tanya. So this is not my first pick for the casting or the directing for this film. I just realized this is not zoomed in all the way. So I apologize about that. This is not my first pick to do Supergirl. I thought they were going to go with a female director, yada, 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 but they do have a female writer. But looking at this director's catalog, I think he's perfect. Cruella did a lot of great world building in that film. Obviously, he was able to handle a very committed and amazing actress in Emma Stone. Lars and the Real Girl is a very surreal, funny movie, and I think that the fact that he's able to do and play on those topics will apply to some of the social commentary that is in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. I, Tanya is a great movie where he draws an amazing performance, maybe Margot Robbie's best performance that she's had out of a female actress. It just shows that he knows how to direct female actresses, and I never heard anything bad about him. And Dumb Money is a great movie because it's a movie about a very concerning, hard time, and it touches on those topics, but he finds the humor in it. And I think that's going to be perfect because obviously DCU, I don't want to say it's going to be similar to the MCU, but I feel like James Gunn is going to have it where there are going to be more levity in the film than the DCEU was doing. And I think that he showed that he has a hand in doing comedy with Dumb Money and Lars and the Real Girl. And in Cruella. Cruella had funny moments as well. But the fact that you could see him doing world building Cruella, really directing a woman and that rage that she had in I, Tanya, and the story of Woman Tomorrow is about Supergirl going on a revenge spree, and it's going to be like a stargazing thing. That's the real aspect that he had from Lars and the Real Girl. So I can see why he got the job, and I think a combination of that of a director that is like a veteran. He's been in a bunch of things, did Finest Hours, pairing with a writer who hasn't really wrote a big film. Her biggest writing credit is Vampire Diaries on the TV show, but she might have great ideas and he will be able to bring those to life. And I think that's a great pairing. Either you get an amateur director and a very talented writer, or you get a very talented director and an amateur writer. And you don't want to do, you can do talented writer and talented director, but I think that if you're going to have an amateur, you need to only have one in one spot. And I think James Gunn did a great pairing here. So guys, let me know how you guys feel about this in the comments below. If you're watching this afterwards, about this director directing Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, do you think his credits give him like a leeway in making this a fantastic movie? Did you want a female director? A lot of people were saying Greta Gerwig could have did it. I think she could have did a good job, but she's busy with her Netflix movies that she's making. Or did you think about somebody completely different? Drop all those comments down below and let me know. And I'm going to check out what the live stream has to say about this.